Hi guys, today's going to be a quick video again. It's just going to be about showing you guys how to change motor direction with your transmitter through the beep codes. The beep codes aren't open source, nobody knows what they really do. I figured out what the reverse one was, and that's about it. About a year ago I remember trying really hard to figure all this stuff out. Now that I know the rewind, we have two variables. I tried searching on Google for all the different ESCs from 2014, 2015 because Chinese market usually likes to copy their firmware off other ESCs and other products, and I just couldn't find it. So I'll show a picture after of what it all looks like or whatever, and if somebody else could try matching it up, that'd be great. If not, it's not the end of the world. But yeah, it's one step to learning these things, but in the long run, it's really not practical to use this because these motors here are CCW and CW motors. And if you put the blade on for this guy for the CCW and you change this motor to a CW, the blade's going to be turning the wrong way. Even if you change the blade, the nut or whatever is going to loosen. Say if you hit the ground or something, the nut will just spin off probably. But if you have an aftermarket motor that's not a CCW or CW, then it might be useful. Besides that, it's just showing you guys I found something. So enough babbling, and I'll just show you guys how to do it. So for this motor here, this is the one we're going to be working with because it's closest to the camera. So find the signal wire that's going to your motor outputs on the original APM, or on this guy here, I just have an APM 2.6 for this video. So follow this guy here to the output, and it's motor 3. So I'm going to remove this guy. Oh, this is actually motor 2, sorry. Motor 3 is up on the top left corner. And then on your receiver, where it says ETR, remove that wire. It comes with 3 of them like that. And then also remove the B cable that powers this thing. It gets connected directly to the board. So with that removed and that, now you can plug in this guy here with white at the top into T. The reason why we're doing this is so all the motors don't continue beeping. At least they're still getting a low signal from the APM itself. Alright, with it wired up like that, now you can either plug the USB under the quadcopter. Mine's an APM 2.6, I'm just going to plug it right into the side of the APM. So plug a USB cable into the side. It can be plugged into a power adapter or a power bank or the computer. But it might kind of get glitchy with the computer, so it's probably better on a power bank. All right, so plug in the USB. Turn on your transmitter. And go full throttle. All right, now plug in the battery. So I'm just going to rest my finger on here so it's louder. So this one's in programming mode now. So now it is, with that tone there. And here's the menu. Okay, now it's going to start over. So the one we're after is the 8 one. So that's a long beep with 3 shorts. And now we'll change the motor direction. So once it hits R's, we're going to push down on the transmitter. So the next one here. So that we're going to go down. So now we're in the sub menu. And there's 2 options on this sub menu. So that's CCW and that's CW. So keep in mind this one's already set for CCW. So we're going to set it for CW. So I kind of missed that one, so I'll let it go one more time. So once it gets to the second one, we're going to push up again. And that chooses it. Now to get out of the menu, you can push down. And once it's done that, now you can test it. So it's better just to get a piece of electrical tape. And then just wrap it on the motor. This one might be too long. And what you're going to do is feel it with your finger, which way it's moving. So CW would be spinning this way. So if you hold your finger out like this, it should be hitting your nail, like that. So we'll see if I can do it. So I'm just going to move the throttle up a little bit. So there you can see it's landed on this side of the finger. So now if you want to change it back to the other direction, you have to do the whole process again. So I'm just going to unplug the battery, turn off the remote, unplug the APM, plug the APM back in, turn on the remote, go full throttle again, plug in the battery. Just going to hold this again. So we'll wait till it gets to the 8. So the next one is ours. So I'm going to push down. So the first one is CCW, and the second one is CW, the one we just changed. So we'll wait again until it beeps once. So that's CCW. I'm going to go up. That selects it, and this saves it and exits. So the last time it ended on our fingernail, this time it should land on the other side. Alright guys, that's it for the video. I just wanted to show this. So now that we have these two variables or whatever for CCW and CW, we might be able to snoop the wire here, because I tried in the past really hard and I just can't find the protocol for this ESC uses. I was able to dump some stuff, but I didn't, it's just garbage really data, because I don't know the baud rate, I don't know the protocol, I don't know what I'm really looking at. But now that I can change CCW and CW, or anybody can, maybe we can figure out what the rest does. Because say if CCW is like a 32 hex or whatever, so then maybe every first option is a 32 and say a 50 for option 2. This way we might be able to figure out the rest of it. Regardless, this is kind of a pointless thing, but I just like to share this out because I don't think anybody really knows that you can do this with the CX20. Alright guys, like and subscribe, and that's it.